Well, I'm going to the other side of the table here, and Senator McCain. Senator McCain, do you see any kind of a path to a deal here?
I'm glad that negotiations are going on. I'm disappointed that twice they were close to a deal, and the Democrats moved the goalposts in light of the polling data. I'm very disappointed that the President of the United States has not played a more active role in this, as Bill Clinton did back in '95. I am very disappointed that the 12 of us, led by Senator Collins, Senator Ayotte, Senator Murkowski, Senator Klobuchar, Senator Manchin, we had a plan, and we wanted to present that plan. And the Democrat leadership squashed it. We were ready to go to the press gallery, okay? And the Democrat leadership said no. And I still wonder why, unless maybe it was too generous. So I'm hopeful that we will get negotiations. I hope the president will become engaged. Maybe we need to get Joe Biden out of the witness protection program, because he has good relationships with.
We haven't heard very much from him. Let me ask you this, Senator. Do you think that it is possible to get a deal that does not get a majority of the Republicans in the House of Representatives?
You know, I don't know, and I hate to tell the House Republicans what they should do. They resent it, and I understand that. I was once in the House and thought we were a bunch of snobs, which is probably true. But the fact is that that they're going to have to understand that we're on a fool's errand when we say that we're going to defund Obamacare. Now that is all changed. And I just mentioned one other thing. The Director of National Intelligence said that this shutdown is extremely damaging to our ability to defend this nation. Look, Al-Qaeda is not in shutdown. And when I saw, as you did, these death benefits not being given to families, I'll take them. Everybody take the blame, but it's not acceptable to the American people. It's not acceptable, and we should be sitting down, and the president should be engaged, and the Democrats, they better understand something. What goes around comes around, and if they try to humiliate Republicans, things change in American politics, and I know what it's like to be in the majority and in the minority. And it won't be forgotten. Now is the time to be magnanimous and sit down and get this thing done.
Let me ask you this, Senator. How is it, I've been in Washington a long time, you've been in Washington a long time, that a freshman senator, less than a year in office, Ted Cruz, was able to lead your party into what some in your party are calling a box canyon here? How did this happen?
I think the very extreme dissatisfaction that many people feel. There was already fertile ground because of those many members of the House who were elected in 2010 on the promise that they would repeal and replace Obamacare. And by the way, there are many of us who fought it back to 2009. We still want it changed. But to say that we were going to defund it, just after the 2012 elections, every speech I gave all over the country will repeal and replace Obamacare. Well, we lost, so we still can fight provisions of it. And the irony of all this is the rollout is a fiasco. That should be what's be on the front page of newspapers.
But what about
Ted
Cruz and the impact that he's had?
Well,
you think that's a positive for Republicans?
Oh, obviously, it's very divisive in our party, but Ted Cruz is entitled to his views, and he's very articulate, he's very intelligent, and what we need to do is to have this debate within the Republican Party, and it's going to be a serious debate. And look, I respect Senator Cruz. He didn't make any bones about what he was going to do when he came to Washington. The question is should we follow that leadership, or should we go in other directions and coalesce the majority of the American people? Look, I guess we can get lower in the polls. We're down to blood relatives and paid staffers now. I mean, it just, but we've got to turn this around, and the Democrats had better help us rather than do what they've done, turn down two good proposals that they were about to agree to, and then, of course, this proposal that they just scuttled yesterday.
What do you think the sticking point is?
The major sticking point, of course, is sequestration, as you mentioned with Chuck. That's the key element, and I'm very worried about the devastation to our military and our defense. But at the same time, we do have to rein in spending. That's a major sticking point here.
Senator, thank you so much.
Thank you.